Class 10 Physical Science Reflection of Light in Curved Surfaces. In the last video we discussed about what is light and the reflection of light and different surfaces or different mirrors in light. We discussed. There we discussed about concave mirrors and convex mirrors, and we discussed the image formation in convex and concave mirrors. Sometimes they very large, sometimes very small, sometimes they enlarge, that means very bigger in size, sometimes they are inverted, sometimes they are erected. These images we discussed how they formed in convex and concave mirrors. Before going to learn about concave and convex mirrors and the effects of light by reflection of light, here first we will start with the reflection of light in plane surface. Then we will go to concave mirrors and convex mirrors. First we will discuss about plane mirror. In plane mirror, we can see the image is same and as it is. Nothing. The first law of reflection tells us, a light ray incident at an angle with the normal at the point of intersection will get reflected, make equal angle with the normal. This is my plane mirror. This is my reflecting surface. First law tells us that a light ray incident at a point at an angle with the normal. This is my normal. With some angle, whatever it may be. Usually we call it as incident angle. This is get reflected and makes same angle. That is here called reflection. Angle of reflection. Angle of incident is always equal to angle of reflection. This is first law tells us. I have a doubt. If light reaches convex and concave surfaces, will the normals are changed or not? That's very, very important concept. To study reflection of light at curved surfaces and how they forms bigger image or smaller image. Here normal is very, very important topic. Suppose this is my plane surfaces and this is my normal. This is the angle of incident at its normal is always equal to angle of reflection at this normal are equal. If light ray fall on some curved surface, where we can find the normals? If I know the normal at this point, then I can find the angle of incident and angle of reflection. Otherwise I cannot. That's the reason the normals are playing important role in curved surfaces. Really. Suppose, see here, this is my normal surface, plane surface, and these are my normal suppose. Let us suppose these are bent outwards. The normals are not changing, but they diverge. And they diverge. Suppose we bend inwards like this, they are converges, but normals are changing. Normals are not changing, but they are converging. So this is the clue point help us to understand reflection of light at the curved surface. So, okay. First start with some basic definitions. The first one is center of curvature. That is very, very important. What is that? Center of curvature in curved surfaces. This is my curved surfaces in which we are discussing about first center of curvature. It is very, very, very important definition that help us to study the image formation in convex and concave mirrors. So when concave mirror, this is my concave mirror because this is my reflecting surface. This was coated with some silver. This is my concave mirror. So I would like to find the normal so that I can find the angle of incident and angle of reflection. By doing this small activity, all normals are converged. All normals are converged. They are not changing, they converge at one point. That is called center of curvature. Suppose this is my normal and this is my one more normal, this is my other normal. I have taken only three normals. They are intersecting one point. That is called center of curvature. Am I clear on? Sometimes, suppose if I have, this is my concave surface and this is coated with silver. I would like to find a normal. By the help of mathematics, you can find the normals. Suppose if I assume this is my circle, actually this is a part of circle. This is curved surface. Suppose this is my point. I would like to draw a triangle. I would like to draw a perpendicular. Radius of the circle is always perpendicular to whom? Tangent. Suppose if I take here one point, I would like to draw a tangent. Its perpendicular always goes to center of circle. This is the center of circle in a curve. Am I right? This is here we call center of curvature. This is the radius of the curvature. Very simple. If we have some curved surface, we can easily find the normals by the help of mass. Draw a tangent at any point, take a perpendicular, take one more point, take a perpendicular. Those normals, those perpendiculars are intersecting one point, that is called center of circle. But this is center of curvature to the concave mirror. Now I would like to find midpoint of the curved surface. Midpoint of the curved surface. This is called here pole. This is very, very important. This is my pole. By the help of pole and center of curvature, I can understand how the images are very small, how the images are very big. By joining pole and center of curvature is the axis of parabola. Axis of concave mirror. What is this?
Axis.
The axis is nothing but a line which is joined by pole and center. Is called center of curvature, and distance between pole and center is called radius of the curvature. These are very, very important points that help to study the images in the mirrors, concave or convex mirrors. So, okay. Now, the midpoint of the mirror is called pole, that is also called geometric center. This is also called geometric center. The horizontal line, this is my horizontal line, shows in this figure, passing through the center of the circle to the pole, is called principal axis. Very, very important. That means every concave or convex mirrors have principal axis. Am I clear or not? Now, and the distance between P and C is the radius of the curvature and it is denoted by R. Am I clear? Now, I would like to study the sun rays. I told you in the last video, the sun rays that are coming from the sun are always parallel beam of light. Suppose this is my concave mirror, that means covered outside is coated with some silk. This is my center of curvature. I told you how to find the center of curvature. I'm clear. I would like to take, this is my pole. Pole is the center of the concave mirror. By joining these two, P and C, we get a principal axis. Now, this is my sun. This is very far away from the earth. I told you the sun rays coming from the sun are always parallel beam of light. That is also called para-axial rays. These are coming from sun and these are always parallel to the principal axis. Suppose I consider only parallel beam of light which is parallel to the principal axis. So many lights are, they may be coming like this, but I consider only parallel beam of light which is parallel to the principal axis. Then reflected back and converging at one point. That is very, very clear. Suppose it is coming from reflected ray like this. This is my center of curvature. Center of curvature is nothing but normal. I told you clearly. Once again I will show you. This parallel beam of light. These are normals always converging at a point, that is called center of curvature. Center of curvature to any point on the concave mirror or parallel. Are called normals. This and this are normal. Suppose if you take center of curvature joining this point, again this is a normal. Suppose if you join this one to this one, this is also normal. If you join this one, this is also normal. Reflection of light says that angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection at its point of incident at its normal. Suppose this is come with 30 degrees and back with 30 degrees. This is my ray R1 and this is my traveling in this side, in this direction. The normal beam reaches the concave surface and reflected back with some 30 degrees. Suppose this is some 15 degrees and will go back with 15 degrees. Keep in mind. By observing these reflected rays are intersecting at point, there we can see very small image under diminished, very small image. The sun, here we can find the very diminished means small image, very bright image. That is inverted. These are very, very important. This point is called focus. That means focus, center of curvature and pole are in the axis of parabola. Axis of convex, concave surfaces. In this principal axis we can find center of curvature and focus and pole. There are lies on the principal axis. Very, very, very important point. F must be between P and C and this is midpoint. And the distance between focus and pole is focal length. This is very, very important. This concept is clear or not? The distance between focus and pole is called focal length, and it is denoted by small f. This is my smaller. This is called focal length. This is also f because this I told you clearly f is the midpoint. This is also f. 2 times f. 2 times f is always equals to PC. PC means what? Center of curvature. That is always equals to R. This is very, very clear. R is always equals to 2 times F. Am I clear? R is center of curvature, 2 times F is focal length. Am I clear? That means now I have focus and pole and the center of curvature we can recognize by the help of some objects. Now, here see one sheet. The rays coming from the sun parallel to the principal axis on the concave mirror converging at a point. This point is called focal point of the concave mirror. Once again I am telling, the rays coming from the sun are parallel to the principal axis and converging at a point. The point called focus or focal point of the concave mirror. Okay, it's good. It's good. When coming to the convex mirror, where we can find focus and center of curvature. This is very, very important topic. Suppose this is my curved mirror. When inside, that means concave surface is coated with silver, then act as a convex mirror. Suppose this is my pole. This is my pole. It must be have some curvature. Somewhere we can find it. I told you clearly, when you take some tangent at this point, when you draw a normal by extending this one, we get somewhere. And if you take one more tangent here, that if you draw a tangent, that must be passing through the. This is radius of the curvature. Radius is always perpendicular to the tangent in a circle. It is a part of a sphere. Therefore, it is a curve. Inside is coated. Therefore, it acts as a convex mirror. Now, I have center of curvature somewhere. This is my point P. By joining P and C, we get the principal axis. But I need to find focus. See here, these are my parallel beam of light. These are coming from the sun. Even it is comes from here. Some rays are coming along with the principal axis. These are the sun rays is coming from the sun and which are parallel to the principal axis. Then there are comes back. This is say some R1 ray, R1 is go back and reflected back like this. I need to find normal so that I can find angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. I know the center of curvature of the convex mirror. I told you the center of curvature behind the concave mirror. I already explained in the last class. In concave surfaces, center of curvature in front of the mirror, behind the mirror in convex. Now, I would like to join this one. This is my what? Normal. By extending like this, angle of incident, sorry, this is my angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. In a similar manner, if rays are coming from this side, this is my normal. I told you, joining any point on the concave surface to the center of curvature, it is a normal. I would like to extend like this. Then this is my reflected ray and it makes at its normal some R. Since this is R1, this is from R2. This is my incident angle R2, I2, incident angle I2. Now, my reflected ray, this one, by extends back like this. And this is extend back like this. Similarly, we can in this reflected angle, this is my reflected angle. By joining this one is a normal. Again, this one, right? This is my normal. Just this is my normal. This is my incident angle. This is my reflected angle. This is my incident angle. This is my reflected angle. Am I clear? By extend this one like this. By extend like this. Backwards. This should be this is my focus. This is the way to identify the focus by the help of extending reflected rays backward. Then we get a focus of the convex mirror. Now we have to study the image formation in convex and concave surfaces by the help of focus, fold and center of curvature. Here we need some rules to draw images formed on convex and concave mirrors. These rules very help to draw the image formation in convex and concave mirrors. Okay. The first rule. See this one, my concave, because outward is common, outer surface is coated with silver. I know this is my pole and this is my center of curvature. By joining these two, I get a principal axis. I told you at middle point we have focus. If any light ray which is parallel to the principal axis and strike the concave surface and reflected back will passing through focus. This is the first rule. A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis at a concave mirror passing through the focus after reflection. This is the after reflection. This is very important rule that helps to draw image formation in a concave mirror. Now going to the second one. If a light ray travel, this is my focus. Sorry, this is my pole. This is my center of curvature. This is my focus always in the middle. If a light ray is traveling to the center of curvature, if a light ray is traveling towards the center of curvature, my rays are going to center of curvature. Suppose if it is goes like this or goes like this, it comes back with the same path because these are normals. Suppose if you take a plane mirror, this is my normal. If a light ray traveling in this direction, it comes back, it bounces back in the same path because the angle of incident is 90 degrees, angle of reflection is 90 degrees. That's the reason I'm telling center of curvature is a normal. If a light ray travel in the center of curvature, because it is traveling through the normal, it comes back with the normal. See here. A light ray passing through the center of curvature of concave mirror is reflected back along the same path. Along the same path. That's the next step. These are help us to find now the next one. See here, suppose my ray is passing to the focus. My ray is passing to the focus. Suppose it is going this way. This is my R1 ray is goes passing to the focus. It's reflected back and goes parallel to the principal axis. This is also help us to study the image of formation. See here. Rule 3. A ray of light passing through the focus of concave mirror bounces back parallel to the principal axis after reflection. After reflection it is reflected back and parallel to the principal axis. Next. If a light ray traveling to the principal axis, suppose it is going this direction. Going in this direction, it's come back to the same path. Why? Because it is a center of curvature. This is a radius, it is a normal. So it goes in the same direction, back in the same direction. R1. This is my ray, is passing the principal axis, bounce back in the same path. See here, a ray of light which is incident at the pole of concave mirror is reflected back, make the same angle. Principal axis, because this is exactly 90 degrees. This is my tangent, this is my radius. Radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. At this point, it's reflected back and goes same path. Now, coming to the image formation in concave mirror. This is my concave mirror. So the outward is coated with silver so that I get concave mirror. In the next, we will see the image formation in concave mirror. These are very, very important. I would like to use 4 rules to study the how much time?
28 minutes.
Okay. We will see in the next class, next video, we discuss how the image formation in convex and concave mirrors by the help of rule number 1, rule number 2, rule number 3 and rule number 4. Okay.